Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Greetings to my faithful viewers. I am here again, and it is February 6, 2021. So I just want to reflect on the painting that I did following the tutorial of Bob Ross called Quiet Stream. It was really a challenge for me, and that was the first time that uh, that I have to paint a tutorial done by Bob Ross, and it is called Quiet Stream. And as in my previous vlogs, I've been telling you that I have to make use of all my available paint colors. I didn't buy anything. I have to use all my colors that I have because it's been a long time that painted. Uh, I made some paintings. And I bought different brands of acrylic paint colors, and also watercolors. So I'm just prioritizing all the colors that I bought long time ago. So if the shade, if the paint color is a bit similar to the color being used in the tutorial, I would use it. So I would not waste any paint. As I've told you before, I don't have a job, but that's okay. I'm still happy. I am within our budget, and I got so used of this situation because if you are I'm debating with my topic. I'm just telling you that you have to make use of the paint colors that you have, and if it is similar or closer to the color that is being used in the tutorial, go for it. Otherwise, if you don't choose it, it will get hard, as what some of my paint colors that get hard, and I couldn't choose it. So I really have to put lots of liquids, the water, so it will, the hardness will at least soften. But some colors did not soften, so it was already a waste. So as you can see in my canvas, I painted the tutorial of Bob Ross called Quiet Stream. See, I'm getting forgetful now. So if you notice that I followed him, but most of you knew that Bob Ross used oil paint color, but I'm not a fan of oil paint color because it takes a while to do it, and if I consider myself very busy doing this and that, doing so many things. So I don't have the luxury of time of waiting for the time for one color to dry up, then continue painting. So what I did, following the tutorial of Bob Ross, I use acrylic, as you can see in my previous in my previous vlog. So I use acrylic, and I was so nervous at that time. Firstly, this is my first time following a tutorial by Bob Ross. Secondly, I don't have the available paint colors that he was using. Thirdly, I don't have the available brush that he is using. So I have to improvise. I always believe in order for you to survive, you have to improvise so you can survive. You don't have to you don't have to sulk at the corner that you cannot do this because I don't have this kind of materials. But if you just think positively that whatever you have, you can use it for this kind of painting. And as what Barbara said in his tutorial, that you have, uh, you can be creative. You have to put your creativity. You don't have to follow him. Uh, you can add some of your signature painting. I mean, he's saying that if you think that you have to draw a certain tree, a certain leaves, certain plant like that, that you think that will also add up to the texture of the painting, go for it, because he Babros was so kind enough to tell us that uh, you don't have to follow him to a T. You can use your creativity, add your creativity by adding some other drawings that you think that in the long run your finished product will be called as your own. And that's what I did. So as you can see, before I forget, my this canvas is an old used canvas, and it was before I painted something that I did not appreciate the finished product. I didn't like it. So, and in this at this time, you have to make do of everything. If it's still useful, use it. So when I saw this canvas just lying in one corner, why not? I said to myself, why don't I use this canvas, just paint the color that Babrus wanted to use as a background, and eventually you're going to lose the painting, the original painting that was in there. So that's what I did. So I used all the colors that Babros advised. So my husband didn't even recognize that this was an old canvas. So I said, maybe I can continue now. I can continue. Not, I don't want to waste this canvas. Although I have so many blank canvas to use, I would rather use the old ones, because I am not, I don't have a plan to hang it or to give it to somebody, because if I don't like my painting, I would rather not show it. I would rather not give it, and it would just be in the corner. So I use the canvas. And if you notice, this is my finished product. And there is really a very great difference in the original tutorial of Babros, which is called the Quiet Stream, because when Babros said that he's allowing us as students to be creative. We can do anything, we can draw anything to add to the tutorial, and that's what I did. So if the first thing that he did was to paint the upper, oh sorry, I don't want to this one to paint the upper part of the canvas with light colors, paint it with trees and everything, and that's what I did. And as I was looking at his painting, at the bottom part, the color is almost the same at the top part. And I said, why not, if I change the color, if I draw different plants compared to what he was doing, compared to his original tutorial, maybe I can cut the couldn't remember the I couldn't remember the right word. Uh, I would be able to cut the mono. Oh, if you can remember, it's a senior citizen thing. I couldn't remember the right word. So I don't want the same, almost the same colors, the same. I don't want to have monochromatic color, although like very light to lighter, like that, or light to lighter to light, because I want to cut the oh my god, I couldn't remember again. So what I did was to make it darker here, and different, darker, really dark, that I didn't add like yellow, because yellow or white at the bottom. I just uh I just painted with dark color. Okay, so dark color, the leaves, the plants, and everything. I did that. Then, if you notice, he painted a dying tree in the middle of his painting that almost covers his stream. That's what I did too. But sadly, I don't have. He uses a knife, and most of his paintings, he was using a knife that is triangular in shape, like that, and I don't have it. This is what I have. So he used that, and even on the trunks, on the upper part of the painting, he also used he used a knife, but it was in a triangular shape that I don't. It's not available on in my among my materials, so I have to use this one. But I really struggled in using this one, that I was so slow and so nervous. I'd been telling you in my previous vlog, wherein I was on the spot painting his tutorial, that I really struggled on that. So I was thinking, he said I have to be creative. Okay, so we have to be creative, and I don't want to be so nervous with what I was doing during my on the spot painting of his tutorial. So what I did is to use the linear brush for the trunk. It worked. It really worked. I was faster than this one. All you have to do is to either not too thick, not too thin. So if should be thin, don't paint so hard. Paint lightly, so you will get the thin line or the thin trunk. And this one, the dying tree, that's what I did too. But I'm still nervous. I really admit that I was nervous and panicky because I was not really following him. I'm just so I use the linear brush, but because when you are nervous, I could, when I am nervous painting, I couldn't control my hand. He's just so lucky. Bob Ross is so lucky, as what he was telling us during his tutorial, that he had lucky hands. His fingers are not shaking, so he can paint. And he was also advising to use the where you put the paint at the right. And well, I don't have that, and when I am not so comfortable of doing a thing, the more I will get nervous. So if you notice, compared to his dying tree, the this one, is the trunk and branches are a bit thicker compared to what he painted, but I'm okay. He said you have to be creative. Use your creativity, use it and apply it to your painting. So once your painting is done, you can claim that that is your painting. That is your original painting because you put your creativity, you put your originalities there, and that's what I did. And this is and you will notice the kind of plants at the bottom are different from the plants that he painted there. Then I also have some dying sprouts. Oh, no, not dying. The dying branches on the ground. And the color is a bit dark because, if that's the available color that I have, I'll be using it. So I did use it too. And I also struggle in painting the stream, the water, because I don't have the proper brush to use. So, and he was using a fan brush, and that's what I did too. But sadly, the fan brush that I have is so small that when I am about to like the flowing, when the water is flowing like that, flowing and like that, because the brush, the fan brush that I have was so small, and it couldn't, it doesn't show, like it doesn't show sharply the flowing of the water, because it's too small. My brush, the shape of the fan brush is too small. Then sometimes I would end up making it so thick, and that is not nice, because if you notice his painting, his tutorial painting, you can see still the back of the stone or the water. So I just continue hoping that it will work. So I did. Then the splash of the water too. The first time that I did that, the splash was so high for me, so I struggled with that too, but I persevere, because that's what Babros said. Persevere with what you're doing, and you will be able to, and you can own that painting as yours. So that's what I did. I persevere. So I sometimes make the splashing of the water a little bit low, then a little bit high, then so that's what I did. And from the bottom, you will notice the dying tree. The ground is brown. It's because in real life, when the water goes to the side of the ground, of the soil, it becomes muddy. So I want to show it that it becomes muddy because of the flowing of the water there, and there's and too much water, but still the ground became muddy, so it becomes brown. So I did that, and I think it's so different from the original tutorial of Babros of the quiet stream, but I'm good with that. He said that you have to put your creativity, so it will become an original painting done by me. So that's what I did. And while I was looking at this, a day after that I painted it, oh, by the way, my husband said that it looks good, it looks great. Well, that will you have to expect that once you ask your husband, of course, he'll be happy to say, it looks great, and you're happy to hearing that from him, that, and you will be inspired to paint more, like that. So it said it looks great. And going back to this painting, I'm just letting you know that there is a symbol of this dying tree with dying branches. The dying tree would want to survive, and the tree is still upright. It's telling everybody, I can still survive despite that I look as if I'm going to die. My lifespan will die. But if I struggle to survive, you will see that there will be green leaves sprouting in that dying tree. I believe, if you believe, if the dying tree believes that he can still live, he will live. You know? So there is a symbol in that. Since he entitled it as Quiet Stream, I would not change it, but my interpretation is so different. You survive, you struggle to survive, you want to survive, you will live. And you will live happily. Okay, so before I end my vlog for today, I would want to share with you the biblical passage that I have selected for this vlog in my channel, which is called The Diary of Thankful FIL-AM Nonna. It's a bit long, but I would want it to have to call my channel. Okay, so before I forget, I'm going to open my Bible so I can share with you the vlog, the biblical passage that I have selected for today. So for today, I have selected the first book of Peter, chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. Okay, here it goes. So humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. Cast all your worries upon him, because he cares for you. So, my interpretation in relation to my painting, that dying tree that is almost brown in color, he is so humble enough but still struggles to live. So since he puts his worries on the heavens, somebody cares for him and is going to live. Do not worry too much. Leave it to the Lord. Tell him your needs, and you're going to have it in the Lord's time, in the Lord's will. Got it? That's my interpretation. So before I say goodbye, as usual, I have to thank all my faithful viewers for subscribing, for faithfully watching my every vlog that I recorded and I posted in YouTube. I thank you for all of you for that, for being so patient of watching all my vlogs. And I'm also thanking all those viewers who subscribe. Thank you very much. You are always in my heart. May God bless you always. And also for those who have an intent to subscribe to my vlog, I thank you in advance. You can take your time, and if you so desire that it's time for you to subscribe or to like my vlog, I thank you in advance too. God bless you. God bless you, and more blessings to you also. So please subscribe and like, and thank you in advance. So I'm about to say goodbye, and I have to say goodbye with all my love, okay? I'm about to close this vlog. Just remember, my channel is the Diary of Thankful FIL-AM Nonna. Thank you so much, and goodbye and love you all.